Good afternoon. This is Delia De Silva for Gold FM, bringing you your news in detail.
The news headlines on Gold FM.
News headlines. Disaster death toll up. Massive losses from Hurricane Ditwa. No final decision on school reopening date. Water supply restoration underway. And in news overseas, Putin to start two-day India visit on Thursday.
The top story on Gold FM.
Dangerous river levels are showing a falling trend across the board, providing some cautious relief, although critical locations remain above the major flood levels. That's according to the Irrigation Department's Hydrology and Disaster Management Division. The two most critical gauge stations of the Kalini and Malwatoya rivers are confirmed to be receding, but still experiencing major flood level conditions. The water level at Nagalgam Street on the banks of the Kalini River was recorded at 7.3 feet as at 9:30 a.m. today, exceeding the major flood threshold of 7 feet. The level is, however, gradually receding. The major flood condition remains in Tantrimali along the Malwatoya, with the water level at 8.64 meters, surpassing its major flood level of 7.8 meters. Officials report the water level here is also receding. Other major river stations are showing reduced severity and actively receding. The Kalini River at Hanbala reached alert level at 7.5 meters, and the water level is also reported to be falling. Water level of the Kali River at Putupala was recorded at 3.86 meters and is falling. Water level at Kuda River at Kalavanlava stood at 6.2 meters and is falling. The Gin River, Novala River, Mahabali River and Thatiroya are all currently maintaining normal water levels. Rainfall over the past 24 hours was minimal across most major river basins, supporting the observed reduction in water levels. The highest rainfall recorded was 78.7 millimeters at Murakati on the Wallaby River. Other major stations reported very low figures, including 5.3 millimeters at Tabalama in the Gin River and 1.8 millimeters at Mangura.
This is the local news on Gold FM.
The National Building Research Institute is appealing to the public not to return to hazardous homes until officials have inspected and recommended they are safe. The Institute is urging people to remain in the safe locations where they are currently sheltering. The landslide warning issued by the NBRI remains in effect for 11 districts until 4 p.m. today. Badulla, Colombo, Gambha, Kolatara, Kandy, Kergol, Kodinagala, Matale, Mononagala, Morelia and Ratnapura fall in this category. Level 3 warnings are in effect in the Badulla district. Accordingly, it will affect Uvapanagama, Surantoto, Alla, Hapatale, Haliala, Megahakila, Halvimilla, Valimada, Passara, Bandaravada, Lingola, Badulla and Kandakati Divisional Secretariat Divisions. Several DS divisions in Kandy are also given Level 3 warnings. This includes Hataliyadba, Ududumbara, Kondasani, Udunura, ಪಾತದುಂಬರ ತುಂಪನೆ ಮತದುಂಬರ ಗಂಗಿಹಿರ ಕೋರಲೆ ಮಿಲ್ಪೆ ಪೂಜಾಪತಿಯ ಅಕುರನ ಪಾತಹೇವ ಹ್ಯಾಟ ಬೋತೊಟ ಗಂಗವಾಟ ಕೋರಲೆ ವಟನವರ ದೊಳುವ ಪಸ್ಪಾಗಿ ಕೋರಲೆ ಉಡಪಲಾತ Pandida and Hardispatu DS divisions. Kilgore also faces level 3 warnings in the DS divisions of Vangukkana, Vatiyantota, Vilatkohupatia, Arunayaka, Galgamaya, Kilgore, Varakapola, Mavanalla, Vihiyavita, Riamballa and Varanagala. For Kolanagala, level 3 warnings are issued in the DS divisions of Purgahavala, Nirannala, Malavapitiya, Ridigama, Alawa and Malavagama. For Matala, level 3 warnings are issued in Latavatta, Vilgamara, Pallapula, Avagamakorale, Matali, Ukola, Naula, Wattota and Lavgala Pallagama. The Matali District Secretary stated that even though the rains have stopped, landslides are still being reported in some areas of the district. Finally, level 3 warnings are also issued in the Hangurankete, Maturata, Morelia, Palavakale, Valapane, Dandahinna, Norwood, Ambagama and Kotmale West and Kotmale East Divisional Secretariat divisions in the Nura Ilia district. The death toll from the disaster caused by the Ditva cyclone and its aftermath rose to 410. The Disaster Management Centre reports that 336 people remain missing. It also stated that 233,000 people have been housed in safe locations. The centre confirmed that 565 houses were completely destroyed. The Kandy district reported the highest number of missing persons, with 150 people still missing. In Nurelia, 62 people remain missing. Troops also launched a special search today for a mother, 2 children and a grandmother who disappeared in a landslide in the Kadapula Chandragama area. According to the district secretary, Tushari Tenakon, searches are continuing in Kotmale, Valapane and Maturata. In Kurunagala, 27 people remain missing following landslides and search operations are still underway. Restoration efforts are underway after at least 80% of purification centres and water sources nationwide sustained damage following Cyclone Ditwa. That's according to the National Water Supply and Drainage Board. Chairman of the NWSDB, Chandana Bandara, confirmed that the Northwestern Province and Kandy district reported the highest level of damage. Speaking to us, he stated that while the water supply has been restored to certain parts of Kandy, it would take a few more days to restore full supply.
Up to now, most of the damaged water supply schemes and our water sources already restored. Still, we are restoring our damaged water supply scheme, North-Western Province and the Central Province, especially in Kandy City and Kandy area. Now, in Kandy area, Peradeniya University and Peradeniya Hospital as well as Kandy Hospital already restored. Today morning, we started to supply water to Kandy City also. Now we reached 100% in the Kandy City area, our treatment plants. But today morning, we about 50% now already restored. Now we start to pumping to Kandy City area the water supply. I can give a guarantee in 2-3 days we can provide water to all areas. But for the recovering of these all damages, it will take long period.
He went on to comment on the situation in the Western Province.
Within the Western Province, there were much affected by this disaster situation. Anyway, Ambatale treatment plant and Ligama treatment plant and Kandana, Labugama, Kaitwa, all the water sources and treatment plants are now safe condition. Therefore, there are no effects for the Western Province, especially in Colombo City, Colombo district area. All the threats are gone away now. So for the Western Province, actually there is no any effect for the quality-wise or any other water supply system defective or anything. There is no effect for the Western Province by this disaster situation.
The Ministry of Transport, Highways and Urban Development confirmed the reopening of several major roads today, which were previously blocked by floodwaters and landslides. Routes now fully open include the Allavallavaya, Kandy Jaffna and Kurunegala Trincomalee main roads. The Colombo Kandy main road remains partially operational, with one lane open at the Uttarankanda Malakadaya area, while mainline train services are restricted to Ambapussa today. The Ministry of Education confirmed that the scheduled date for all schools to reopen is the 16th of the month, stating that the decision remains unchanged for now. Meanwhile, health experts issued urgent warnings concerning the aftermath of the floods. Consultant physician Dr. Deepa Pereira warned that illnesses like diarrhea could spread rapidly among children in affected regions. Additionally, psychologist Dr. Chinda Mallasekara noted that both children and adults are experiencing significant mental stress due to the disaster. Cyclone Dithwa may cause losses of 210 to 320 billion rupees in Sri Lanka, affecting nearly all major districts that generate most of the country's GDP. Economists say the disaster hits production, infrastructure, agriculture and households, with the Western Province, the hub of industry and finance, being heavily affected. Flooded roads and railways are disrupting cargo transport, raising costs and reducing export income. Agriculture, including tea-growing areas, has suffered, risking higher food prices. Factories are temporarily shut, and energy-intensive industries face higher costs. Banks and insurance companies may also face pressure due to claims and potential loan defaults from affected small businesses. India set aside its long-standing rivalry with Pakistan and granted permission for Pakistani aircraft to use Indian airspace to transport relief supplies to Sri Lanka. The airspace between the two countries was mutually closed for several months due to ongoing tensions. More than 11.4 million Maldivian rupees, meanwhile, were donated through a nationwide telethon organised by Maldivian media outlets to support flood-affected people in Sri Lanka. The initiative supported by 37 media organisations in the Maldives. In the meantime, Russian President Vladimir Putin expressed his condolences to President Anil Kumar Dissanayaka for the Sri Lankans who died in the recent disaster. He wished a speedy recovery to the injured and promised necessary support to the country. Meanwhile, the British royal family shared a message from King Charles III expressing sorrow for people in South Asia and Southeast Asia affected by recent storms and floods. In the statement, the King and Queen extended condolences to families who lost loved ones and offered prayers for those whose homes were destroyed or who are missing. Meanwhile, the US Special Envoy for South and Central Asian Affairs, Sergio Gore, spoke with President Anil Kumar Dissanayaka following the disaster. The US Department of State said the President thanked the United States for its continued support, while the US expressed its deepest condolences to the affected families and said it continues to closely monitor the situation. Meanwhile, at the direction of President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the United Arab Emirates launched an urgent humanitarian response to assist communities affected by the floods and landslides. Acting through the Joint Operations Command, the UAE Aid Agency and the UAE Red Crescent, specialized search and rescue teams were deployed from the Abu Dhabi Civil Defense Authority to assist operations in the worst-hit areas. The UAE response also includes the delivery of emergency relief supplies such as essential food, medical assistance and shelter materials for displaced families. The Hindu Sahana Yatra operation continues for its fourth consecutive day today, providing essential assistance to citizens affected by the national disaster. The initiative, implemented under the concept of Hindu Media Network Chairman Renu Silva, is scheduled to distribute dry rations in Mathalu, Kurunegala and Kandy districts today, using especially adapted vehicles to reach inaccessible areas. The operation previously provided health camps and is distributing essential supplies including dry rations delivered to safe camps in Rudhigama area.
Now for some news in brief.
21 foreign nationals stranded by floods in Mongolia were rescued by the Sri Lanka Air Force yesterday.
The business news on Gold FM.
Windforce plc signed a standard power purchase agreement with the Ceylon Electricity Board for one of the country's most ambitious floating solar projects to date. Executed through its subsidiary, Diyajanani, the agreement clears the path for a 6.5 megawatt floating solar project on the Bambali Oil Reservoir. The development, estimated to cost 1.176 billion rupees, represents a significant scale-up in private sector investment in the space-efficient floating solar technology.
International news on Gold FM.
Russian President Vladimir Putin begins a 2-day visit to India for a summit with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, aiming to pitch more sales of Russian oil, missile systems and fighter jets.
Entertainment news on Gold FM.
Influential former LBC and BBC radio presenter Brian Hayes died at the age of 87, prompting widespread tributes from across the broadcasting industry.
Sports news on Gold FM.
The Sri Lanka Traditional Karate Association is preparing to host the inaugural South Asian Traditional Karate Championship in 2026. Speaking in Colombo, SLTKA consultant WJB Dirdanpitya said discussions are underway with officials from across South Asia to ensure full participation. That's it for now. This is Delia De Silva for Gold FM. Thank you and stay safe.